Yay Networks.
Welcome to a very special episode of A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. Special for very many reasons we will get to in a moment. But I am Kelly Raspberry Evans, along with my husband and podcast co-host, and I wish he was my baby daddy, Alan Evans.
A train in the house.
And my lover. Anyway, today's a very special podcast. Not only is it my birthday, happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday.
babe.
Thank you.
Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
It's also the day we have in the people responsible for my daughter's birthday, Emma Kelly. Doctors Kevin and Kathy Duty are back with us.
Yay.
And it's a very special episode because it's time for Maybe Baby 5.0.
Maybe Baby
which is
5.0.
really hard to believe. This is the fifth time we've done this. I don't know what, we always feel weird calling it a contest.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what to call it. It's the fifth time we've done this celebration of making babies with the Duties. And thank y'all for being back with us again.
Thank you for inviting us.
Now, if doctors Kevin and Kathy sound a little tired, there's good reason for that. They're suffering from jet lag.
World
Alan.
travelers.
They are world travelers. You two just got back from Vietnam.
Yes, we did.
So, and this was not, I mean, I'm sure you had fun while you were there, but this was a business trip. It was involving more research on fertility treatments. Is that what this was?
It's breakthrough technology, yeah.
What else? I mean, how can they still improve it? I think, there's still, I guess you can always improve what's already been done. Mm-hmm. What are they looking at?
So it's called in vitro maturation. It's a way to avoid taking the fertility drugs that were generally used to stimulate the ovaries to produce multiple eggs for the egg retrieval, egg extraction procedure for IVF.
Is that the shots in the belly that you have to
Yeah.
do? So this would avoid all that?
or just maybe 1 or 2 days of them. But so when you harvest these eggs, they're tiny, they're not mature. They're immature eggs, and then in the laboratory, they're going to mature them so they can be injected with sperm. And the clinic we went to started in vitro maturation. They were the first clinic in the world in 2006, Dr. Lon, and we had the wonderful opportunity to meet with her.
That's the year Emma Kelly was born. Oh. 2006. What a coincidence.
Can't believe that either.
I know.
But it was a learning trip for us. It was exciting to see how IVF is done in another country, and they had an amazing lab and really have helped a lot of. They're probably the premier. They are the premier IVF clinic in Vietnam.
Isn't that interesting? And I just think about since 2006 when I had Emma Kelly, how have things changed in just that short amount of time? Because when I did the IVF cycle, I mean, I'm trying. It's kind of interesting because you remember the heartbreak of when I tried everything else before I met Dr. Duty, just the heartache of everything I'd tried, and it was unsuccessful until I had the in vitro fertilization. But I mean, just in the last 2 decades, it's just been leaps and bounds, really.
A lot of advances.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
And the doctors were telling me before we started recording about the volume of babies that they do there. How many did you say they were doing a day?
The volume of their clinic, Friday when we were there, they had like 34 egg retrievals, and I'm not sure how many transfers that day, but the next morning they had done 30 embryo transfers,
Wow.
30 by 9:45 in the morning.
Within the
Oh, my
first
goodness.
3 months of the year, they had done nearly 2,000 IVF
Yes.
cycles with retrievals and transfers.
Oh
which
my
is
goodness,
amazing.
that is amazing, and I'm just so thankful for the blessing and the medical advances, and that's why we are so excited when the Duties always contact us and say, let's do it again,
Yeah.
let's do this again, and
Maybe we should catch the listener up
Yeah.
on exactly what are we talking
so
about when we say contest.
Maybe Baby. We started off. I believe the year was what year was it?
19.
2019, and we gave away. Was it? It wasn't effortless IVF at
was.
that point. It was effortless. Effortless. Because
Effortless
eventually
IVF.
it became, or was it always been effortless?
It was
always effortless. Okay, so it was effortless IVF, which was advanced over when I had IVF many years ago. And Kelly and Luis Flores, I'll never forget it. I mean, I was like nervous and excited and tingling when we called them, and we were trying to surprise them, live with their live reaction. And they were at a baseball game.
They were at an Astros game.
They were at
yeah.
an Astros game in Houston, and Kelly answered the phone. She said, "I had a feeling this was going to be something important." And when we surprised them there at the ballpark, and it was just so fun, tears shed. It was just a beautiful, beautiful moment. And I was just checking her Instagram, and her baby boy. She ended up having Asher.
Asher.
He just turned 3 on April 12th.
Unreal.
And every year on his birthday, she puts him in a sandwich and some loving hat.
He is the
and
cutest
does
little
a
guy.
photo
Yeah.
session.
He does the photo shoot, yeah.
But not only that, Kelly now has a baby girl, Ayla, right? Ayla Wren. And that's also through the duties as well, right? That was I know a lot of times people have fertility issues and they have to have in vitro for baby number 1, but then sometimes people turn around and, look, we got pregnant naturally. That does happen.
It does
It
happen
does.
some, yes.
My doctor before explained that it was my gynecologist after I had Emma Kelly, and he knew all the danger I went through. He said, you still need to be careful, because just because you had trouble getting pregnant with this one doesn't mean you won't get pregnant with another one. I said, I am not getting pregnant with. There's just no way. I was like not producing any eggs. It was just a medical miracle that I got Emma Kelly. So anyway, that was the first round, Kelly and Louise. And we've gone on to have, 4 more that we've given away.
Yeah, and Kelly and Louise, they did something
They
really.
did. Well, last year, the last one we did,
Really
Paige
generous.
and Ryan, they were the winner of the Maybe Baby contest that we did. And I just checked, because Paige has been like keeping up with the journey on her Facebook page, and she's now 34 weeks. So she's really close to delivering her baby boy. I believe that's a boy as well.
I love when they post a lot of pictures.
I do
like she's been
too.
posting her progress.
And I feel like I'm part of it.
I know, I feel like a small part of it.
And then Kelly and Louise, they are such advocates for, the infertility journey and, sharing stories and messages of encouragement. Kelly's been, y'all can attest to that,
Absolutely.
Doctors Kevin and Kathy, that she wanted to pay it forward by financing another couple's journey. And because of them, they gave a cycle, an effortless IVF cycle to Amy and Brandon.
Amy and Brandon, yeah.
But I haven't been keeping up with their journey. Maybe Dr. Kathy?
They're pregnant as well. I'm
Wow.
thinking about 28 weeks. They recently moved from Texas to New Mexico, and on the way stopped in Abilene at Kelly's new house and got a chance to visit and sent a picture. Amy looks so cute with her little baby bump going. So,
That's so beautiful.
Isn't that the craziest story, though, when you think about it? So Kelly and Louise, Kelly was a listener of the podcast. She hears about the duties and us talking about this. She enters the contest. She gets the free effortless IVF. Then she decides to pay this forward to another couple. Then they get pregnant. I mean, you're just kind of looking back at how did all this start? It's wild to think that that's the
I would
way.
like to say it started from me.
From you, you're going to
Yes,
take credit.
because if I hadn't gone into doctor duties, well, actually, I'll give credit to my hairdresser.
Okay.
My
We'll go
hairdresser,
further back.
Tori, she's the one, because when you go to your hairdresser, it's like a therapy session. And so I was sitting there and I was like, I'm just not going to do it anymore. It's too heartbreaking. She said, you need to go see Dr. Kevin Duty.
So Tori was the one that referred you to the duties.
Yes.
Now, how did you find Tori?
My hairdresser.
How did you find Tori?
Oh my gosh. She used to work at Josiah Bear Salon. So it's really
It's
Josiah
really
Bear.
Josiah Bear's.
The common denominator.
Yes, there you
But
go.
anyway, when I walked into your office, Dr. Kevin, and I had pretty much given up hope, you were very matter of fact about it. Y'all don't sugarcoat it, right? It's like we've tried all these other options. We're going to be serious about what your chances are, what needs to be done. In my case, I had to have surgery, basically clean my. Why did I have to have surgery? I think I was starting to have growths or something. I remember, it's been so long, but I remember you telling me that if I had gotten pregnant, I probably wouldn't be able to carry the baby because of all the stuff I had going on.
So you had a fibroid tumor and endometriosis.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
wow.
nobody else had told me that. And I'd been going to all these other doctors, and he was the first one that identified.
You went to other doctors?
Yes.
And they said it's not a tumor?
And Alan, he's got to, when anybody says tumor, he's got to fit in his Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation. I was explaining
the
that.
doctors like that one.
Maybe they didn't get it. Did y'all know what he was doing? No.
Oh, no.
That's his Arnold Schwarzenegger
Oh, no.
impersonation.
That was on Twins or?
But I
Anyway,
don't remember.
sorry.
But I remember everything you told me was just you were absolutely right. You said you're going to be flat on your back for 5 days after this surgery. And then we did we implanted 2 embryos. And I guess that's still the rule. You have to be, you said it was because of my age.
So we almost never implant more than one
Right.
at any age these days.
More than one now.
The risk of multiple pregnancy, preterm delivery, fetal growth retardation, the uterus really isn't well suited to carry more than one baby at a time.
Oh.
And so the technologies have evolved that allow us to be able to select healthy embryos even at any age.
Okay, so now the standard is one. And that's across the board, or is that the decision you made at your care for
Well, the national
fertility?
guidance is women under the age of 38, 1. If they're over 38 but they test the embryo, 1. If they don't test the embryo and they're older, success rates are lower, and so you might transfer 2 embryos, but the risk of a multiple in those older women is quite low.
Okay, so that was my case. I had, at the time, in 2006, it was, I believe, January, February 2006, we did the 2 embryos. At the time, that was still acceptable. But Alan, have I told you my story about how one of the eggs split?
I think you've mentioned that, but tell me again.
So when I went back for my appointment, first of all, when they called me and told me I was pregnant, I couldn't believe it. It was like, this can't be real. I've been told no so many times, and now I finally heard yes, and it was just like, I almost didn't want to accept it and get my hopes up. But then when I went back, one of the eggs had split. So that meant I would have had 2, if the babies had lived, 2 identical twins, and then one. I'd have triplets, but 2 would have been identical, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
But the one that split never developed a heartbeat. So, but I got in McKelly, and that was the ultimate goal. So, anyway, that was my story. And everybody's story is unique and different. There's what are the contributing factors to infertility, in addition to, I guess, age, because you just stop producing as many eggs, right?
Right. I mean, there can be problems with the sperm. The woman could have problems, her fallopian tubes might be blocked. She might have significant endometriosis, like yourself. Some women have problems with ovulation. Some patients have unexplained infertility. Their entire workup is normal. We can't find an exact cause for their infertility, but all of those individuals would potentially be candidates for treatment. And I think that's important for patients to understand. You got to get out there, get evaluated, get information, write down your questions, talk to your doctor. I think information is power. I think information is what helps patients make decisions that are best for them.
Mm-hmm. And I think it is frustrating, especially when a woman does come in and everything is like completely normal. All of her numbers are right. She's just not getting pregnant. And what does everybody tell her? Stop trying so hard. Mm-hmm. Stress is keeping you from getting pregnant. You're too anxious about it. Does that really have an impact on fertility?
No.
Typically not, unless the stress is so severe that it's causing a woman not to ovulate and menstruate regularly. That's likely not it.
Okay, so sometimes it's just you might just need a little extra help.
Is it common for the woman to have no fertility problems, but the real issue was that the man is having issues in that area?
Absolutely.
Does that happen?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It does?
About half of infertile couples have at least some element of a sperm issue.
Okay.
About half of those are totally the guy, and about half are a combined female and male factor.
But there's ways around it.
Would that be something that's tested early? Like you would look at that first?
Sure.
Absolutely.
And the evaluation for infertility is really quite easy. The initial workup involves doing a pelvic exam, pelvic sonogram, sperm count, X-ray dye test to check to see whether the tubes are open, and then another test where a little fiber optic tubing is placed through the cervix into the uterus to look for what are called polyps, little benign growths. But typically those can be done in 2 short visits.
Okay.
Now, how long should a couple try getting pregnant the good old-fashioned natural way before they say, okay, we need to go get checked out and see if we're having an infertility issue?
So first, remember, if you clearly already have a problem, you don't ovulate, there's no reason. If you don't have periods, there's no reason to wait any magic time period. Women under the age of 35, certainly very reasonable to not seek evaluation till it's been a year since they stopped using birth control, any form of contraception. Women at age 35 should seek an evaluation after 6 months, and women over age 40 should seek an evaluation at 3 months. And that's simply because as we age, our chances for being successful in having a baby are declining, and so our window of opportunity is narrowing. So as you get older, you really need to get in there much more quickly and get information.
Does years, I might be using the incorrect grammar, do years of taking birth control pills, if you've been taking them for 20 years and then you're just like, okay, I'm going to try to get pregnant now, does that affect your fertility?
No, there's no residual impact.
Okay, that's good to know. So you could get off the pill and like in 2 weeks be pregnant.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's why if you are taking them to prevent pregnancy and you miss a pill or two, you could wind up pregnant. So
Okay.
they don't stay around in your bloodstream. If you're using them for birth control, got to keep taking them every day.
And there's this new, I don't know if you want to call it a trend, but where a lot of women who are like, I'm not ready to have a baby now, so I want to freeze the eggs I have because they're never going to be better quality than they are today. And that's seeing a big uptick. And you can also do that at Care Fertility, right?
Absolutely. So I think egg freezing, as you mentioned, it's really ideal if you're young, like in your 20s or early 30s. And I think it's a way that women feel a little bit more proactive about their, future options for family building. And that is becoming definitely more common today.
But it's not a good option to typically wait. So we do see some women sometimes that are coming in their early 40s and wanting to do egg freezing, and really they should have come in earlier.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Because just the quality of the eggs, and plus the older you get, I guess it's a risk to carry a baby when you're older.
Well, the egg count goes down, and the proportion of eggs that have the right number of chromosomes goes down as well.
So
there's
if
more-
I went and froze my eggs in my 20s, but here I come in to see you and I'm 42, there's no harm, like there's not the risk of the chromosome issues, because that egg or whatever, that's already perfectly healthy, and there's nothing about me that's going to affect that.
That's right. I mean, obviously, you can have developed a fibroid tumor or something as you get older, but in terms of the egg, it has the risk, the genetic risk of the 20-something.
Okay, that's good to know.
The question you asked about birth control pills, babe, is a good one. Are there other contributing factors as far as like alcohol, tobacco use, other drugs that may impact fertility?
Yeah, lifestyle choices can certainly make a difference. Smoking is, cigarettes bad for fertility. Too much alcohol, not good. Anything that stresses out your body. Common sense type of approach is you can think about the health of your sperm and your eggs being a reflection of your overall general health, and so the things that you can do to maximize holistically your general health are probably going to be reflected in better sperm and eggs.
And you talk about being healthy, you want to be as healthy as possible when you try to get pregnant. But I know, like, when I was exercising really hard and I was being healthy and my period stopped, is that, if for these really athletic women, if your period stops, you're not getting pregnant, right?
Correct. I mean, and so you can go the other direction and sort of overdo.
Yeah.
So exercising excessively can lead some women to stop having periods, and if they're not having periods, they're not ovulating, that's going to cause
All right.
fertility
This is
issues.
all very interesting, isn't
Very
it, Alan?
interesting. Very interesting.
Now, when people just want more information, do you have like all these facts and figures on your website that people can go and find out more? Maybe do you answer questions through your website, anything like that?
Yeah, we do. We have a website that gives a great deal of information about how things work and how to schedule appointments.
And that would be through embryo.net?
Yes.
It's been the same all these years. That's what it was many years ago.
And a lot of
Embryos,
great.
that's our
I'm sorry,
business.
doctor.
Hey, that was smart that you were able to snag that. Embryo.net.
That's awesome. And I was just going to say a lot of great pictures on their Instagram at Care Fertility. So you'll see some of the past winners of our contest.
Is it at Care Fertility US?
At Care Fertility US.
At Care Fertility US.
Yeah, don't forget the US, at Care Fertility US.
Sorry about that. That's their Instagram, and great pictures of some of our past winners, other patients they've worked with. We didn't mention too, babe. 2021 was Stacy and Antoine.
Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped
From-
over.
No, that's okay. That's
from
okay.
Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
And they were also nurtured along by Kelly Flores and had their little boy, I want to say end of December. He is adorable. His pictures are up. I mean, yeah, they're doing great.
Oh, that's great. I love hearing. I just love Kelly and Louise. They're such a special couple, and I just love how they reach out to these other, maybe other people that don't necessarily come through the podcast. That to help other women that are going through the struggle and get excited with them.
Very kind.
And that leads us to this year's Maybe Baby 5.0.
That's right. So
Okay.
on our website, kellyanallen.com/maybebaby. The way we've run this in the past is the way we're doing it this year. We just want to hear your infertility journey in 100 words or less. So like Kelly says all the time, it's probably hard to condense, your story in under 100 words, but what are you telling, babe?
Well, I mean, just try to. I mean, I know it's
Oh,
emotional.
you're being nicer than you say it to me.
Well, you're being. I know it's an emotional thing,
Yeah.
and I understand that.
It's
And
a lot
you-
to read.
And you want to
Yeah.
write like a novel
Right.
but honestly, when we've got a stack of these entries to go through and yours is 7 pages long, I'm probably going to, I'd appreciate just maybe
Yeah.
a briefer version.
So
That
the-
would be helpful.
So the best you can, under 100 words or less.
Yes.
The deadline to submit your entry, there's a form there on that website, but the deadline for entry is April 25th.
My mother's birthday.
Is that right?
Yes.
All right. Your
And it's
birthday?
also Federal Advocacy Day for Infertility.
Oh, yeah.
What a coincidence.
Exactly. So listeners,
We knew that.
make your voice heard. It is a virtual meeting. Kevin and I, this will be our 5th year. We went in person. That was really awesome, 2 years. But this will be the 3rd year of it being virtual. We need more people on the Texas delegation. No one's alone. We work as a group, but I think that making your voice heard is what's going to help propel change for the future.
What are we fighting for? What are we asking
We're
for?
advocating for increased patient access to fertility coverage. So resolve.org, go to them. They are a patient advocacy group.
Resolve.org, because it's not a cheap process, and it would help some families that they deserve a baby just as much as everybody else, but they just can't always come up with the funds. So you're asking for increased funding.
So what Resolve does is there's always a group of bills that relate to fertility that they're advocating for. We don't get to choose. These are already bills that are in progress, and the wheels grind slowly, but we would say after all the years we've been going, we certainly have seen some things that we discussed several years ago now have become change. And so it may not change
Overnight.
things right away for you, but it could change for someone else in the
Down
future.
the road.
Yeah.
Resolve.org.
I think it's .org, but it's definitely Resolve.
Yeah. And there are a lot of companies these days that do give infertility benefits for their employees, and applause for them.
Yes.
There are, as Kathy said, there's legislation pending for federal employees to get IVF coverage as well. So I think there is a movement, and maybe one of these days we won't have to worry about patients not being able to afford this type of treatment. But
Yeah.
for right now, it is something to advocate for.
All right,
And
so-
Resolve has on their website information patients can use to go to their company, like Kevin mentioned, to try to get increased coverage. And that has been successful with some large companies, truly just totally generated by a patient going in and speaking up and pushing it through. And
Target,
so,
Walmart, there are
Really?
oh yeah,
big employers.
Starbucks,
Starbucks.
good old
Oh.
Starbucks covers
that?
IVF.
But it takes one person.
Yeah.
You might be that one person that
You
can
just
make
got
a
to get your
change.
voice out there.
But sometimes you don't have the words. Well, if you go to a website like that, like you said, it'll tell you exactly what you need to say. Give you your talking points, Alan.
That's right. Another
So-
talking point we have is the contest ends the 27th. So we're going to actually announce the winner on April 27th.
The contest ends.
Contest ends
on
April
25th.
25th. They need to get their submissions in, but then we will announce the winner on April 27th.
The April 27th podcast.
yeah.
So maybe you're listening to this podcast, you stumbled across it, and you're like, well, I'm not experiencing infertility, but I know somebody who is. Make sure they hear this episode so they can get maybe some really great information from Dr. Kevin and Kathy Duty, doctors Kevin and Kathy Duty, and maybe you'll be the reason that they submit an entry, and you'll have a part in making a beautiful baby. Now, this is a round of effortless IVF. This is not a guarantee that you are going to automatically get pregnant, right? Because is there like an odds? Is there any way of knowing the odds?
It depends on the patient, the couple's story.
A lot has to do with the female age. Can have to do with the sperm quality and other lifestyle factors. As
Right.
you mentioned.
Sure. And to that point, there are some qualifications on the webpage
Right.
that the patient would need to read to make sure that they
You
qualify
have the best
even
chance.
to enter a submission, I
Right.
guess.
So it's a free cycle of effortless IVF. At Doctors Kevin and Kathy Duty will be doing that. Again, you have to enter by 5 p.m. Central Time on April 25th, 2023. Just in case somebody's listening to this podcast next year, I want to put the year on that.
Yeah,
And the winning
good call,
couple is
babe.
announced on April 27th of 2023. So just please, I'm really excited about this. I want to read your stories. I want to share in the excitement of another couple being blessed with a round of effortless IVF.
And I want to call somebody. That's like
That's fun.
my heart is like dun, dun, dun. When we do that,
I
you know, I'm like,
know.
oh my gosh, we're about to call these people.
We're about to change somebody's life potentially.
Yeah.
Honestly. Well, we're facilitating. Doctors Kevin and Kathy Duty are the ones that are about to change somebody's life. And who knows, we'll be sharing your story hopefully next year for maybe Baby 6.0. That remains to be seen. We'll see.
We'll be back.
Oh, I'm so excited. Thank y'all for doing this with
Yeah,
us.
thank you so
And I know
much.
sometimes Alan and I, we're not really professional interviewers or anything. Was there something you really wanted to get across today that we did not ask you? I want to give you that
No.
opportunity.
I think we covered it.
All right.
How was the food in Vietnam?
The rat was delicious.
Oh,
You did not.
I
He
did.
did.
get out of here.
But I will say I like vegetables and their fruits. Oh my gosh, they have the most amazing just fruit juices. Oh, so
But
good.
you
Wow.
skipped the rat.
You know, I don't eat that type of protein.
Right. Oh.
Dr. Duty,
The
was
fish
it
was great too.
was it on a stick or how?
It was actually in a soup.
Oh, okay.
Rat on a
Okay.
stick. That's an interesting.
Okay.
But you know what? It's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
Don't knock it till you try it.
I wasn't knocking it. I just was curious. How
Hey,
was,
if we found out that eating rat soup would help you get pregnant, I bet a lot of women would be lining up at the soup kitchen.
Give me
for
that rat soup.
That's right.
All right.
Well, thank you again, Doctors Kevin and Kathy Duty. Go to embryo.net. If you are not, the one that's chosen for maybe Baby 5.0 and you'd like to schedule an appointment, that'd be a great place to start there.
Sure. We would
And
love
come in for a consultation and check your fertility, see where you stand, what you maybe a couple of lifestyle changes that you could make to improve your chances of a successful pregnancy with your round of effortless IVF. But thank you all so much, and thank y'all for being here and listening to this podcast on my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank y'all. Just wanted to remind y'all it's my birthday too.
All right, babe.
What?
Oh, go. What were you going to say?
What'd you say?
I said, all right, babe.
Oh, all right, babe.
I was
okay.
getting ready to wrap up, but you kept going.
No, I'm done.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay.
Oh, kellyanallen.com/maybebaby.
KellyandAllen.com/maybebaby. All right. Well, I love you desperately.
I love you too.
I love the duties desperately.
I know. Thank y'all so much. Without you, I wouldn't have him, McKelly.
Thanks
So
for
thank you for
inviting
that.
us again.
Thank
Oh,
you.
absolutely.
Thank
Anytime.
you.
You guys are welcome anytime. And I'm sure we will podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good. Have a good sandwich.